Hey, everybody, this is Kenny. Welcome back to the Sports on the Positive Tip podcast. Kenny Squared could not join us today, but I have a terrific guest with us. The host of the #1 podcast in the world on thought leadership, best-selling author Nicky Billou joined the podcast today. And Nicky talked about so many things. Among those was what it was like being a Christian in the Middle East, the impact that his dad had on his life, staying true to your faith daily. How do you do that? What exactly is thought leadership? And are we living in Generation Soft? You gotta check this out. You don't want to miss a second. Let's get at it. Hey there, everybody. This is Kenny. I'm sorry I'm without Kenny Squared today. Welcome back to the Sports on the Positive Tip podcast, but I have a tremendous guest with us today. This is a podcast where we have conversations at the intersection of sports and faith, but we like to get all that inspiration from our very special guest. The gentleman I have with me today is the host of the #1 thought leader podcast in the world. This is awesome. He's known as the Millionaire Maker, and he is a best-selling author. So I want to welcome into the podcast Mr. Nicky Billou. And Nicky, it is so good to meet you and to see you. How you doing, sir?
I'm blessed and grateful, brother. Thanks for having me on the show. A lot of fun to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. So I wanna just jump right in and really hear your backstory and where all of this energy and faith and wanting to, I really want to find out a lot about what the thought leader is. But what's your journey been like? What got you to this place at this time?
Well, I'm actually originally an immigrant from the Middle East. I'm a Christian from Iran. And when I was 11 years old, the Islamic Revolution took place in Iran. And my late father, God rest his soul, he could see the writing on the wall. This was not going to be a great place for him to raise his Christian family. So what he did is he made a plan, and he eventually got us out of Iran, and we settled where I now live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Mm-hmm. Now, at the time, I was ticked off at my dad. I mean, come on, Dad, I'm leaving my home. My friends, I don't want to. But looking back, thank God for my father and his foresight.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
He took us from tyranny to freedom.
Yeah. Wow.
And, I have become every day a champion for freedom, for free expression, for free enterprise, brother, because I come from a place where there was no freedom. A lot of people born here don't understand how good we got it. And we need to stand up against these crazy woke people that are trying to take all our freedoms away. They're trying to shut us up just for being free men and women of faith.
Yes.
And it's important that we stand up for freedom, because without freedom, we got nothing. We stand up for free expression. Without free expression, we got no freedom. And we stand up for free enterprise, because without free enterprise, we cannot have success. We cannot have free expression. We cannot have freedom. And I got all this from my father. My father was the greatest man I've ever known. He was an uplifter of human beings. If you knew him and you were looking for work, he would work the phones until he got you a job. If you knew him and you were looking to start a business, he would bring you advisors and even capital to get you started. If you knew him and you were looking to buy a car, a home, or an apartment, and you could not afford to fully pay for everything, he'd top you up so you could buy that car, that house, that apartment.
Wow.
And you might go, who does that? First and foremost, the late, great Napoleon Billou. Why would he do that? Because he was a Christian man, and he believed, as a devout Christian, he'd been blessed by God. It was his duty. It was his duty to share those blessings with others. He also did it because he could, and he was successful. He used to tell me all the time, Kenny, son, life is not about money. It's about people. Business is not about money. It's about people.
About people. Wow.
After all, you have to solve problems for people to earn the right to make a profit.
Yeah.
You solve acute problems for amazing people, and you will make an awesome profit. That was Dad's mission all the time, to be of service, and being of service is what made him rich.
Yeah.
Rich in money, rich in faith, rich in the blessings and love of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Wow. Wow. It just sounds like, but now you're carrying that mantle, because I could just, I mean, I've only known you for 5 minutes, other than seeing and reading about a lot of your story. And I could tell that those same values are just embedded in you. And so, what's it like now? You're running in a few circles here, right? How do you stay true to your Christian faith? Because is it your faith that leads you to helping other people in business? And I really want to get into what the thought leader is, but how do you stay true to your faith every day?
That's a good question. I don't, I'm not a perfect man. I screw up a lot. But I believe that fundamentally, I'm here for a reason. I'm co-creating my life with God.
Mm,
It is not all me. It is not.
yeah,
And when I get to co-create my life with God, then some beautiful things happen.
yeah.
That for me is what works. And I surround myself with the people that I love, and I surround myself with good Christian men and women. I have a
Mm,
lot of clients who are Christians, and we've made an effort to attract more Christians to our work.
mhm. Okay,
We'll work with non-Christians.
of
Don't get
course.
me wrong.
Yeah.
Anybody is, who needs help, we'll help them. But we've attracted a lot of good Christian men and women to our
Wow.
work, and that has made a massive difference.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So tell me a little bit more about then the thought leader and what that's all about and what your mission is.
So, there's a distinction between an expert and a thought leader. That's the best way to explain it. An expert is someone who knows something. A thought leader is someone who's known for knowing something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Experts are a dime a dozen, right? Thought leaders are rare and valuable. So if you're an expert, right, you don't stand out. If you're a thought leader, everybody knows who you are and why they should work with you. So we show people how to build a thought leader brand for themselves, how to be seen for their expertise. Now, if you don't have real expertise, there's nothing we can do for you.
Mm,
If you don't have the ability to be of service to people, there's nothing we can do for you. But most people have something, and maybe a hidden or uncovered. But we help them understand what that is. We help them uncover it, and we help them use that to create a strategy to monetize that expertise.
hmm.
So they can build a mid 6 to 7 figure practice for themselves, working as little as 50 days and as much as 200 days a year.
Hmm. Hmm.
Anybody who wants to do that, we can pretty much tell them we can get you there.
Wow.
If you're willing to do the work, we can get you there.
Yeah.
Now, if you just are willing to say, okay, do me, no, that doesn't work like that. But if you're willing to do the work, we can get you there.
That is awesome. And that really cleared it up for me. That I love that. And Nikki, where does, I'm trying to word this the right way. I'm with you. I know a lot of times in my leadership, even today, leading a church today, but back when I was trying to balance, my faith with leading a team of salespeople, I wish I had known you, because I struggled, sometimes. And how do you weave that in for thought leaders to do it the right way? We're all falling. We're all going to make mistakes every day. But how do you weave that in? What are some things that you talk to your leaders about so that they are staying on that right path every day?
It's about them. It's not about you.
Mhm.
You put the attention on you, you're going to start to wonder
Right.
if people like you, if you're any good, if your program's good. It's not about you. It's about them. People are coming to you because they have a problem. They want to buy their way out of their problem. People buy their way out of something. They don't buy their way into something.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's first and foremost. And then we tell them resign from Generation Soft. Generation Soft
I love
is
that.
not a place you want to be. You want to be a tough, hard individual. Beautiful hearted, but tough, strong, and hard. You follow me? You
Yes.
got to have the love of Christ, but the toughness of a Navy SEAL
Yeah.
is what you got to bring to your life.
Yeah.
And Generation Soft is not your friend. You're not living your best version of you if you're part of Generation Soft. Do the hard thing. Choose the tougher path.
Yeah.
If you're 40 or 50 or 60 years old and you've gotten fat and out of shape, and you're excusing it by saying, well, I'm old, I'm not young no more, you're full of it. You know,
Oh,
you,
wow.
you know that stuff that rhymes with full hit? You're full of full hit. All right. You've
You're
let
right.
yourself get
Yeah.
fat and you've used
Yeah.
your age as an excuse.
Yes.
So look in the mirror and say, I've used my age as an excuse, and go work out, go
Yeah.
lift heavy things,
Yeah.
hire a coach and say, I let myself get fat and I'm using my age as an excuse. Make me a physical specimen again
Yeah.
and do what they tell you to do.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, read your Bible, read books. You would not believe how many people still have time to read. Huh? Really? No time to read.
I mean,
How
yeah.
much time do you spend on your phone
Yes.
watching
Yes.
stupid
Yes.
things on social?
There you go.
Oh, only 5 hours a day. Huh? No
Wow.
time to read. Is that right?
Yeah.
And that is really a problem.
Yeah.
A massive problem that people think like that. And if you're like doing a job that doesn't inspire you, or if your business is not where it ought to be, then look in the mirror and say, no more. Let's get it going.
Yeah. I'm going to veer off for a second because your passion is just so coming through and your faith is so coming through. Nicky, do you think we're in the middle of a revival in the world right now, a Christian revival?
I think a lot of men and women are turning to faith because the world is so messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people are going, we need answers, and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the forces of darkness are strong right
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
If you look at that old movie Star Wars, the original 1977 version of that movie,
Uh,
you, you know, the dark side of the
Dark
force
side.
is in the ascendant. The
Yeah.
dark side is in the ascendant,
Yeah.
and the forces of light at the moment are not. But God is on our side, and at the end we will prevail. We may be in end times. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know.
No. No.
But
Yeah.
Russia invaded Ukraine. It's been a year. A year.
It's amazing, right?
China's decided they're gonna feed the Russians. Those are godless communists, the Chinese.
Yeah.
And it's our job to stand up to evil. If
Yeah.
we don't, we got problems.
Yeah. Yeah. How often do you get asked about questions from the Bible? How often? I'm gonna guess every day from some of your clients because you're very open about your faith. How often do you get asked?
About the Bible, honestly, not very often.
Okay. Okay.
Um, they don't bring that into the work, quite candidly. But about the principles of faith, we talk about that all the time.
Okay. Okay.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when and you're probably like me here, right? We can spot someone of faith from sometimes a mile away, right? We don't. I don't think I walk around saying, "Hey, yeah, I'm a Christian," but people can see your fruit. So I imagine that people see that in you. I don't imagine. I'm sure they do. Um, I wanna talk about two other business things. Tell me a little bit about and the audience a little bit about the eCircle Academy. What is that all about?
That's our company. And what we do inside of that is we help entrepreneurs of a certain stripe. These are folks that are like independent coaches and consultants and corporate trainers, and also people that are service driven entrepreneurs. Like they use their expertise to serve people, like they're not selling a product. You know what I mean? They
Mm-hmm.
tend to be under $1 million a year in revenue, They're either on their own or they maybe got one or two support staff. That's about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these folks have been in business for a while, maybe at least 3 years, and they're into six figures of business, but they want to be mid 6 to 7 figures in business.
Mm.
And our promise to them is we're going to help you resign from Generation Soft. We're going to bring you back to coming from the heart, caring about your client more than yourself. We're going to help you be positioned as a thought leader, dial in a message so you can go after a particular group. And the outcome that you're going to get from that is you're going to add 6 figures to $250,000 to $500,000 to $1 million a year to your business. And over a 3-year period, you're going to be $500,000 a year to a $2, $3, $4, $5 million a year business.
Wow.
That's what we do. We love doing that. We think it's great.
It's awesome.
And the Christian clients that we have, for some amazing reason, they're crushing it ahead of everybody else because they're tying what they do to their faith. We're just getting that narrative in their head that, it's not spiritual to make money. We're getting rid of that because that's not true, not biblical and not true. And that really works.
Yeah, thanks for saying that. That is awesome. That is awesome. I love that. One other thing I wanted to ask on the business side, but maybe this ties over. You talk, or I see it a lot, and I see it sprinkled sort of in your book titles there, about people getting out of the comfort zone. And you've been mentioning Generation Soft, so I imagine those tie in there. Tell me a little bit, how do you, where do you go and what do you do to help people get out of their comfort zone?
What do? I talk to them and I tell them, are you in your comfort zone? Are you still a fully paid up member of Generation Soft? And if they say, yeah, I am, and I tell them, you ready to stop? You ready to get out? How bad do you want change? How bad do you want change?
Yeah.
Because if you don't want change bad, go away.
Yeah.
If you want change bad, let's talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, that's great. I did Ash Wednesday service last night, and that's what I talked about of, just it's so ironic as I was reading you again today. I was talking about the same thing. Just why are we, are we going to give up chocolate, for Lent again and just have this very easy thing to do, or are we going to go a little bit deeper? And I love that you openly talk about that and you challenge people on that. So were you a good soccer player?
I was okay, man. I mean, I was not skilled as a dribbler or anything like that. I was a good passer. I had good soccer IQ. I knew where to put the ball, and I was tough.
Yeah.
You come near me, you're gonna get it. My son is an incredible soccer player. I mean, he has unbelievable soccer IQ. His ability to read the game is spectacular. He's a good dribbler, and he's a spectacular defender.
Yeah.
I actually think he should take more shots on that. But
okay,
whatever.
That's awesome. Let
me
ask
thing
you
is defense.
Yeah, no, that's all. But I love that. How old is your son?
17.
17. Okay, that is awesome. Why is soccer bigger overseas than it is in the U.S. or Canada?
Well, in Canada, it's gotten to be pretty big. Hockey's still number one, but soccer's gotten big.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know, man. I got to be honest. I come from the Middle East, so I really don't understand why people here have not been into soccer in the same way. And some of the idiots' comments that I hear from some people going, "Oh, well, it's a sport for sissies." No, it's not. It's a sport for men.
It's a tough sport, man.
It is a tough sport. You're running the entire 90 minutes and you're pretty much sprinting. There's not a whole lot of time for a break. And there's no subbing people in and out. I mean, there's more of it now than there ever was. Back in the day, there was 0 subs. Then there was 1 sub a game, then 2 subs and 3 subs. Now they're allowing more of that, which I don't think is great, but there's not a lot of subbing that happens. You're in a game, you're usually in it for the long haul, and you're going to be running the entire time. So, I think it's a sport of kings. I think it's my favorite sport of all time. But North America, other sports came to the fore. Well, that's all I can tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the mid 1800s, baseball was invented, and it really took off. And then American football was invented. And I got to be honest, I don't understand why that game's called football. They don't use their feet to play it
No, not at
whatsoever.
all.
You know, it's a ball it's not a round ball. It's an oval pigskin,
Yeah.
and you run with it, you throw it, you catch it. You know, there's nothing footy about that. You know, but that's how it is. And
Yeah.
it's a great sport. I love it. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
soccer, man. That's my
Yeah.
sport.
Wow. Okay. All right. Awesome. I love that. Listen, Nicky, it has been an honor to finally meet you and talk to you, man. I know I could talk to you all day. You're just so
Appreciate
engaging.
it.
I love your energy, your enthusiasm, but boy, oh boy, are you speaking truth, man. You're just speaking truth. And this is going to inspire so many people that'll listen. And I will make sure, I'm gonna ask you this last question. But knowing that, I'll make sure that when we post this out there, we'll put all of your information out there. But how can people get in touch with you?
Nicky Billou anywhere online, social media. If you're a
Okay.
book reader or a podcast listener, go to Amazon and type in Nicky Billou. All the books in the podcast will show up.
Okay.
And if you want to listen to me on other people's shows like yours and others, go to iTunes or Spotify and just type in my name. You'll find it a gazillion places.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm going to make an offer to somebody who's
Yes.
listening. Real offer. If something I said today touched a nerve, and you've been living in Generation Soft, and you're ready for change. Not you want to think about it, you're considering it. You're ready for change. I'm going to give you 45 minutes of my time for free.
Oh, wow.
And we'll talk about how you can make that happen for yourself.
Wow.
What you need to do is let me know you came in from Kenny's show, and you need to write in the notes, I'm ready for change. I want change bad.
Wow.
In fact, say that. I want change bad. And then we'll do the call.
Awesome. Making myself a note. I'm going to put that in the notes. That is fantastic, man. Thank you for that offer. And I'm going to hope and pray that someone takes you up on that. That is fantastic.
They will.
Nicky, they will. Yeah. We'll pray about that. Absolutely. Nicky, this has been awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you for your time. I know how busy you are. Thank you for moving some things around to talk to me. And this is going to be so inspirational. So thank you again. God bless everything you're doing.
God bless you, brother. Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely. So, folks, we're going to leave it there. This has been Sports on the Positive Tip with Kenny and with Nicky, and we'll talk to you real soon.